Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another Minecraft video, and in this one, as you can probably tell, things are going to be just a tiny bit interesting. As you can see from up at the top there, we are playing in Minecraft Beta 1.7, which is actually one of the first Minecraft updates where I started using Redstone. So I thought it would be fun to pop back into this super old version of Minecraft and try my best to see what I can do, but by the look of things, everything's crashed already. It's not a very good start. So one thing that I have discovered is that my recording hotkey, F10, actually completely crashes the game. So that's definitely something to watch out for. But anyway, here we are. We are now in a beta Minecraft world. This is what they used to look like. The world generation was ever so slightly different. There was no smooth lighting whatsoever. Definitely no creative mode. There's no food. And if you injure yourself, which I'm going to try my best to do now, you make that noise. That is definitely one of my favourite noises in Minecraft. But we are not going to be messing around and getting all nostalgic here, because we have got just a little bit of redstone to do. I've got a handful of circuits that I want to try my best to build in today's video, and I think it should be fairly interesting. Now, as you can see, hopefully, I should have too many items. However, it doesn't look like it's showing up. Finally, after about a million different technical problems, we are here. We have got all of the items that we need to do this thing. Unfortunately, too many items has disappeared once again, but we have got every single redstone component in the game. So we've got a block of iron, which is what we're going to be building on. Then we've got redstone torches, repeaters, pistons, sticky pistons, redstone dispensers, and then the different types of rail. However, I don't think I'm going to be using those. Now, the first thing that I want to do is I want to build a monostable circuit. So I'm guessing, okay, the way that I want to do it, naturally, is to build it a little bit like this. We have a sticky piston facing upwards, block on top, and then a repeater running out of that one. But yes, I do seem to remember that it actually took quite some time for these things right here to be introduced into the game and actually up and running. I can't remember when it was. I think it was Minecraft 1.3 that these things started working. So I guess we've got to use a really old school style of monostable circuit. And if I remember correctly, I seem to remember building something that looked a little bit like this. So I think we had, yeah, blocks like this. And then we had like a redstone torch. Redstone going up like that. And then a redstone torch out there. Is that how we used to do it? I genuinely can't remember here. Let's see. Right, okay, so we've got the sticky piston there. If we just run... We did it! We actually built ourselves a monostable. I can't believe I remember how to build that. That's ridiculous. I'm going to be honest, my next challenge to myself was to build a T flip-flop, but by the look of things, that should actually be really easy. I mean, all we have to do is place in a redstone torch there, and then we can take a repeater output from this thing, and we have constructed... Was this thing not working, like, just a couple seconds ago? I swear it worked just last time. And now we aren't getting the spitting out of the block. Oh, in beta 1.7... Hold up a minute. This is when pistons didn't used to spit out their blocks, did they? Which is why there was like a slight problem with sand. If you grab some sand and you placed it in like that, I think this could potentially duplicate it. I can't remember how to duplicate sand. It was something to do with that. I think if you place the sticky piston facing upwards... Yeah, I really can't remember. As you can probably tell, I've been messing with this for a little while now. I can't remember how on earth it used to be able to duplicate sand. And also, I can't think how I'm going to be able to build a T flip-flop. We should probably find somewhere to stay overnight, because I think things are about to get a little bit deadly. I think I've actually come up with something pretty smart here. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a minecart track, and we need a powered rail on both ends, just like this, and then we're going to power both sets of powered rails, which should hopefully toggle our minecart back and forth. So we're going to have a minecart on this one. If we hit this button, that looks pretty promising. Yeah. Just about there. I mean, I think with some development, this idea could work. I will admit that things are getting just a little bit big around here. As you can see, we've got ourselves a pretty large little minecart track here. But when we place in the minecart, we should see it travels across, get it zipped over to the other side, and yeah, we could do this all day. Okay, so that is the start of our redstone circuit. So now what we need to do is we need to place in 2 sets of regular pistons on either side of this thing, and we should. It works. It actually works. So this is the new T flip-flop system. So as you can see right now, we have got ourselves no redstone output, and then when we hit this button, we get ourselves a redstone output. Then when we hit the button again, no redstone output. Hit the button, redstone output. This thing's brilliant. Awesome. Okay, so we have created, yeah, a rather large T flip-flop system. I might actually just hop onto Google and take a look if there's any like logic-based T flip-flops as opposed to doing it in this sort of ghetto fashion right here. This is all I could come up with. I remember this design from way back in the day, but unfortunately it doesn't seem to work in this update. So we're going to move on from the T flip-flops and we're going to take a look at the bud switch. Now I wonder if this design right here actually worked in these updates. This was like a design I think that was discovered quite late on, and I remember just shaking my head going, how on earth did we not think of this sooner? There's a chance that it never used to work, but it does. No way. So there we go. There it was. That's unbelievable. I mean, I remember way back in the day, I used to build bud switches that looked, I think, a little bit like this. Now, let's see if I can remember how to build one of these things. We had blocks going up like that, then I think we had the redstone torch, and then, yeah, the line of blocks going across here, and then the block there, and we had our block up like that as well, and that was it. Then we had a bunch of repeaters going across here, and that should be a semi-functional bud switch? I mean, it's definitely detecting it, it's just not retracting it. I wonder... I don't know why that is. This design definitely works better. I'm going to be sticking with this one. Right, moving on from that, I want to try my best to build a flush 2x2 piston door, which could be a little bit tricky. Now, I know for a fact that I'm not going to be able to wire this thing up from the top because the way that Pistons update is very different in beta 1.7 to how it is these days. So I think I'm going to have to do something a little bit like this. Now, let's see. We have got... So that is 7 blocks in total. I think we're going to need 8. Because then in the center right here, we're going to have our 2 sticky pistons that are going to be facing in this direction. They're going to be pointing across a little bit like that, and then we're going to have our 2 out like this. So that's good, and they'll all have their blocks on their faces, and then we need a 2 block gap, and then once again exactly the same thing. Okay, so we've made like a relatively decent start right here, but I'm just trying to think how on earth I'm going to power these sticky pistons right here. I think I have an idea that could work quite nicely, but to be honest with you, I mean, these are real shots in the dark. Like, these are the sorts of doors, I remember, you would be like a redstone master if you managed to construct a 2x2 flush piston door, and then CMB Minecraft came along and designed a really simple one. I'm trying my best to remember what that design was. So I think we run redstone across like this, and then we'd have like a repeater. Let's try and power all of the pistons out the back here. So we're going to need a redstone torch there, and then yeah, we'd have a block there and redstone dust there. Right, that would power those. That's good. Okay, we've made a really good start there. So this redstone runs across, and then we'll have our block, our redstone torch, and then our block, and then our redstone. Excellent. Okay, that's looking good. Now, this redstone actually needs to be dropped down a little level because, obviously, at this point in time, it's completely level with the floor. You'll be able to see that from down underneath, and that's not particularly good. So let's just quickly chuck that down there. And now we have ourselves, like, a working piston extension sequence, as in it will open up and do this. But the tricky part is these ones. Now, I think the way that we might have to do it is we power the top blocks and also the bottom blocks. So we could have like redstone going across here. And that would do it. And then we would have a repeater going in this direction like that. Oh, this is tough. Good news, everyone. I've made a little bit of progress here. So we have got the retraction and also the extension as well, and that can be sped up on that side. So this thing is working from the bottom, which is really, really good. But now we need to try and work out how on earth to do the top section. I have no clue. I have absolutely no clue. And I'm starting to think that maybe, just maybe, I want to do this from the top. Using some rather hilarious redstone designing, I think I have just about got there. And I'm going to warn you, it isn't particularly pretty. As you can see, we've got redstone torches going up like this. And then we need repeaters set to 4 ticks running in there. And that should just about do everything. So, if we power this thing, you can see, there it is. It works. We have got ourselves a 2x2 flush piston door. I mean, I have to say, you know, 15-year-old, 16-year-old me, I think that's about how old I was when Beta 1.7 released. I think he would be fairly proud of this one, and I'm pretty proud of this thing. I mean, getting used to the old ways of redstone, man, it is so confusing. Everything was so backwards back then. How did we used to make anything? So we have it, guys. I hope you enjoyed today's little trip down memory lane. It was quite a lot of fun to make, to be honest with you. And if you want to see more of this sort of thing, then let me know down in the comment section. Obviously, I've got a whole ton of ideas of different contraptions that I can build in older versions of Minecraft. But anyway, if you did enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.